Hello friends, welcome to ABHQ's channel. In today's video, we are going to configure static NAT. Here we have a LAN, and the network for LAN is 192.168.1.0/24, which is a private IP address, which is not routable on the internet. We need to configure NAT in order to map private IPs into public IPs that are routable on the internet, such as these IPs. Okay, so I have already configured the IP address for G00 and G01 interfaces of the router. And the internet here is another router. I just changed the icon to represent the internet here. Let's go to the internet and see the configurations. Let's go to CLI, enable, show IP, interface brief. Okay, so G00 interface is configured with the IP address 100.0.0.2. And then I have configured a loopback interface and give it an IP address of 8.8.8.8. Okay, and I have also configured the routing protocol between R1 and internet as OSPF. So let's see the configuration for that as well. Show IP protocols. Okay, so the routing protocol is OSPF, and these are the networks that we advertised. If you don't know how to configure OSPF, there is another video about OSPF configuration in the playlist of this channel. Okay, so now let's go to R1 and configure static NAT. We're going to map the private IP 192.168.1.11, which is the IP address of the PCA, to the IP address 100.0.0.4, which is a public IP address that our ISP gave us. And this IP address is routable on the internet, not private IP addresses. And the other IP is 192.168.1.10, which is the IP address for PCB. We're going to map it to 100.0.0.3, which is another public IP address that our ISP gave us. Okay? So let's go to R1, CLI, enable, configure terminal. First, I want to specify the inside and outside interface for NAT. Let's start from G00 interface. Interface G00. Because it is connected to the LAN, this is going to be the inside interface. IP, NAT, inside. Exit. Let's go to G01 interface. Interface G01. Because this interface is connected to the internet, this is going to be the outside interface for NAT. IP, NAT, outside. Exit. Okay, so now that we configured inside and outside interfaces for NAT, let's configure static NAT here. Let's type IP, NAT, inside, source, static, the private IP address for PCA specifically. 192.168.1.11, which is then going to be mapped to 100.0.0.4. Okay, let's hit enter, and now let's configure the other one. IP, NAT, inside, source, static, and then the private IP address for PCB, 192.168.1.10. And the public IP is 100.0.0.3. Let's hit enter, and now the static NAT is configured. So now let's go to PCA and try to ping the IP address on the internet, 8.8.8.8. Command prompt, ping 8.8.8.8. Okay, so the ping is successful. Let's go to R1 and see the NAT translations. Exit. Show IP NAT translations. Okay. So the inside local IP, which is the PCA's IP address, is 192.168.1.11, is translated to inside global IP address, which is the public IP address 100.0.0.4. Okay? This was the configuration for static NAT. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to your channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.